And ironically, I have AI taking notes for me on this class. I don't know if you've used that in Zoom yet, or if you guys use Zoom. You can have Zoom basically take notes for you in the class or in your Zoom. It's absolutely outrageous. Like the speed at which things are happening right now is absolutely frightening. Absolutely frightening and exciting at the same time. Okay. Canva essentials for real estate. So here's the ironic part of this is I posted it, I had a number of people asking me like, "Hey, when are you going to do a Canva class? When are you going to do a Canva class?" So I put something up on my Facebook page, just like, "Hey, real estate peeps, like if anybody wants a Canva class, let me know." I was expecting like
Yeah.
maybe 10 or 15 people, and that was about it. And like over 100 people were like raising their hands, saying like, "Yes, I need it. I need it." I'm completely stumped when it comes to Canva, and I know I should be using it. And somebody said, like I pay for it, but I don't feel like I use it fully. So I'm like, okay, sounds like sounds like this class is going to be a slam dunk. So I whipped this together, and now what this class is going to be, just kind of like an overall, like what it can do, what it can't do. Here's some ways that you could make your brand a little bit more consistent. Some things that you could use in Canva that I think are going to save you a ton of time going forward. Um, Now, before I get started with class, just tell you guys about the KFA Summit. You guys have probably already heard about it. Uh, the marketing is kind of going crazy on this right now. We're about to announce another speaker next week, but we got Ryan Serhant, like one of the top real estate agents in the entire country, huge influencer, big name out of New York, super influential, and a really great speaker too, by the way. And we announced Ricky Caruth last week. Ricky, if you don't know Ricky, you should go check him out because he's all about like he's super motivating. And every time I watch Ricky, I'm just like, I want to go out and make 100 phone calls, but I don't. So, but no, Ricky's great. So go check him out. And then if you haven't got your ticket yet, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the prices go up. Like we had the early bird and then we had the late bird, and then I think they go full price next week. I want to say next week. Okay, let's go with Canva. So I'm going to bring you guys back in time a little bit and why I love Canva so much. Okay, so this is my very first computer, 1986. My very first professional computer. This is a Mac Plus. It had a full screen. It was monochrome. We were using a tool called Ready, Set, Go. Okay, and Ready, Set, Go was a very archaic looking page layout design tool. Okay, it was all in black and white. It was very, I don't know, very elementary at the time. And then as things progressed, like Adobe came out with new software, Adobe Photoshop came out shortly thereafter. And I've been using all of these tools and working in the graphic design community, since I was, 16, 17 years old. Okay. So for me, Canva is like the culmination of everything that's ever happened in graphic design and coming together into this tool, which is what I think is the great one of the greatest design tools on the entire market. Um, Now, one question that I get asked a lot is, should I pay for Canva? Like, is it worth getting the pro version versus the free version? Now, Canva does have a free version, and there's some limitations as far as what you can and can't do, what you can and can't add. I'm gonna show you that in the demo going forward. But I will say that for me, Canva is the top of my tech stack. Okay. When I say tech stack, this is everything that I pay for that saves me a lot of time, energy, effort going forward. Okay. And my tech stack, it changes regularly. Canva didn't used to be in my tech stack. I had the Adobe suite. I still have the Adobe suite. But Canva has risen to the top of my tech stack just because it's the tool that I use probably every single day. And when you guys see, uh, hang on, I'm getting messages from people. Oh, uh, when you see the amount of things that I create in Canva, I'll show you my Canva stack here in a little bit. It, it is really without a doubt one of the tools that I can't live without today. Now, here's like a lot of people think that Canva is only for social graphics, right? Like, oh, I create social media graphics. There's so many things that you can do in this tool, like not just social media graphics, it's a video editor. In fact, it's become one of my top video editors of all time. That you can, there's flyers, pre-built flyers, there's pre-built templates, there's websites. You can create and publish a website, edit, create, and publish a website with a domain from here. Okay. Flyers, ebooks, presentations, posters, business cards. I mean, you name it. Like Canva has the templates all pre-built for all of this stuff. And for me, it's the solution to having to go hire a graphic designer. Okay. You don't have to hire a graphic designer anymore. I mean, there's still some ways that you should hire a graphic designer, but you don't have to anymore. So I'm going to share, let's share this screen. Ironically, the presentation that you were just viewing was also created in Canva. Now, hang on, let me pop my notes up here, make sure I'm following along. Okay, where we're going to go first. So when you first log into Canva, whether you have the free version or the paid version, you're going to see like just the main screen, like what do you want to design today? What I wanted to show you guys first was what they call the brand studio. And the brand studio is, I would say, without it, it's the greatest thing that Canva's ever done. Okay. So here's how the brand studio works is if you have your own brand, you have your own colors, you have your own logos, your images, your photos, all of that stuff, you can add them to a brand kit. Now, what this is going to do going forward, it's going to help you create content a little bit, well, a lot faster. You don't have to go hunt for photos or logos. You can change colors on the fly. Now, I'm going to walk you through like kind of what a brand kit is and how to create one, how to set up your colors, how to set up your fonts. And they also have this thing called the brand voice. Okay. So this is where the AI comes in because it can write things for you. Canva can basically integrate with ChatGPT and throw that stuff into uh, Canva for you. So it's gonna do like a magic write is what it's called. But you can put your brand voice in there. And ironically, I use ChatGPT right here to find my brand voice. I can add my photos, so that way I don't have to go hunt and peck for my photos. Any graphics or icons, all of this stuff gets set up in your brand kit. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna create a new brand kit. Here we go. Add new. We're going to call this my test brand kit. Now, here's what you're going to need to do before you create your brand kit. You're going to need to get all of your logos, get your colors set up, like what your brand colors are. And what we need is we need hex codes for your brand colors. So if we have some logos, let's pop up some logos here. Let's see. Let me go to, here we go. I'm going to add a couple of logos in here. Open. And now I have my logos in here. Anytime I need a logo added to my template or to my design, I can go right over to my brand kit and implement those in like instantly, seamlessly. Color palette is going to be a little bit more tricky. You're going to need hex codes for your actual colors. Now, here's the cool thing. Like if you don't know what your color codes should be, do this. Do brand color uh, combinations. And Google will give you a whole bunch of like color combinations. Pick one that you like. Like if you like this one, cool. There's your brand colors right there. There's all kinds of color combinations that you can pick from, right? I mean, it's pretty endless. Like if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, San Francisco 49ers, by the way, uh, we can pick the brand colors specifically for the Dolphins. And look, here's the hex codes. They even gave you the hex codes on that, which is kind of cool. So from here, we just create brand colors. Uh, and you can add like the CMYK or the hex, either one. Okay. So we'll add a brand color. Let's add another one. Let's add a purple. This is a weird color combination, that's for sure. Let's get a yellow. Okay. So here's my brand colors. Okay, I'm gonna show you how this impacts a little bit later. Now, here's the other great thing about these brand kits is instead of using a different typeface for every single design, what we can do is we can go in here into Canva and say like I'm always going to use Montserrat extra bold for my title, and my subtitle is going to be we'll say Montserrat medium, and the heading font I'm going to use Montserrat extra black. Okay. And we can go in and change all of these right here. So now when I'm creating, it's basically a style guide. Okay, when I'm creating a design, I can apply this template right here, and it's automatically going to change everything on the page to my style guide. Okay, what this does is it gives you the ability to really make your brand a little bit more consistent so that way you're not using 10 different typefaces on a design, or using 10 different typefaces on 10 different designs. It creates kind of like a cohesiveness of your brand and everything that's going forward. Okay. Let's make sure, open the chat here. Is this the paid? Yes. Paid version of Canva is yeah, it's this the brand kit is only the paid version of Canva. Let's see, brand voice. Okay, so this is pretty new. They just added this. Now, here's what it's going to give you guidelines on how to describe your brand voice. Now, if you don't know what your brand voice is, you can go into ChatGPT and say, "Hey, can you help me find out what my brand voice is?" And give it some writing samples. And it's going to give you like, "Hey, your brand voice is very friendly with a casual tone, uh, with a focus on customer service." Okay. So you putting that brand voice in there, I'll show you how that impacts it later when we use the magic right. What that does is it takes from this brand voice. It's almost like using it as a guide as far as like how to write. Okay. So that's the brand voice. Photos, if you have any photos, like either photos like your headshot or your team, or maybe the outside of a building or anything like that, we can add all of those photos in. The graphics, almost the same exact thing as a logo, but we can add like different styled graphics that you have. And then the icons, if you have an icon set, if you've created and built an icon set, most of you probably haven't, which is totally fine. Don't sweat it. The main things that you're going to really want to focus on, obviously, are the logos, the colors, the fonts, the brand voice, and the photos. Okay, the graphics and the icons, we could probably live without them. Okay, so uh, now I have a brand new style guide right here. That one's kind of funky, but hey, we're going to use that going forward. All right. Now let's create a design. So Canva's going to ask you first, like, what do you want to create? And what I wanted to do first was show you like the basic navigation of creating a design, or editing a design. How about that's a better way to go. So let's do, I'm just going to create a blank social media. Let's go to an Instagram post. And this is a blank one. Okay. Now, over here on the left-hand side, these are all templates for Instagram posts. Okay. And on any of these templates, I can click, and that template is instantly applied to my graphic right here, which is kind of cool. Now, if I don't like that one, I can click one more time and say, like, oh, I'd rather have that one. Oh, that was kind of cool. Let's do that one. Okay. And you can see like it changes the look and the feel of your graphic. Now, if I want to edit this is I'll show you really quick how we do that. So over here on the left-hand side, we're going to go to the Elements tab. If I want to add an element, like let's say I want to add an outline of a house. I'm going to say home, and here's what I want to show you. See this right here? That's the pro version. So you want to use that graphic right there. That's the pro version. Okay. Any of these other ones that don't have the pro underneath it means that you can use them for free. Okay. So that's now what we're looking at is home. So I typed in home because that's what I want. It's going to give me like, look at all these different options. We have graphics, we have photos, we have videos, we have frames. We're going to show you frames here in a second. But if I want to see more graphics, let's see. I don't need a photo of a home. I want some graphics. I'm going to hit see all, and here's all of the graphics. Now these are like flat graphics, okay? But let's say I want that roof. You know how much I love having roofs over the top of logos, right? Yeah. Let's say I want a roof over the top of it. Cool. That looks good, right? Not the right color. Watch this. I can tap on that and you see the color up here. It's going to say, what color do you want it? I'm going to say, let's make it white. Okay. And here's default colors down here. I can say red, white, blue, etc. Okay. Cool. Now, if I wanted a different photo in the background right here, this is where I think a lot of people get hung up on Canva because let's type in home one more time. We're going to go to photos. And if I want this photo right here and here, it's just a matter of simply dragging and dropping it in just like that. And magically it just jumps right in. Okay. Just like that. Now, if I want a photo of my own listing, which I'm sure you do, you probably don't want to use a canned generic photo in yours. We can go to uploads and upload your own documents or your own files right here. So here, let's drag this one in. House looks familiar, huh, Jeff? So we'll drag that photo in. You can see now that photo is in the background, and it's my new listing. It's a photo of my new listing. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to change now. Just simply double clicking, you're going to be able to double click and change the text right here. And so I can say Larry's real estate. Okay. Same thing with any of these. I can go in and change the colors on this too, if I want. Find your perfect modern house here. I can change the phone number. So you see, like navigating the templates pretty easy. If you ever get hung up, what you're looking for is probably up here. So if I want bold, I can stylize that to bold. If I want to change the font, oh, here's the other thing with the paid version of Canva, like the amount of fonts you get is absolutely ridiculous. And you can upload your own fonts. Like if you have a specific font that you use in your brand style, you can upload that into Canva to use it as well. So let's say I don't like this new listing, this bright wall font. I'm going to use let's go handwriting. That's kind of cute. No, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so I like this font a little bit better. Too small. Here's the size up here at the top. We just increase the size, but there's too much spread between the lines. We call that leading. And it's, by the way, the reason it's called leading is back in the old days when we were typesetting we put actual lead in between right here, we actually put lead in for typesetting. That's why it's called leading. They call it line spacing here. So we're going to change that line spacing so you can see now I can increase and decrease the line spacing, make it a little bit easier. If you still not happy with it, we can go in and change the size a little bit more. Okay, so you kind of get the gist of like how to stylize, how to do the minor editing things. Up here at the top, you'll see the alignment, if you want it left, right, centered, justified. This is bullet text. We're not going to use it because that's what it does if we choose the bullet. If you pick it by accident, just keep clicking. And then effects. So let's look at effects really quick because I use effects probably too much. So here's the effects. Over here on the left, so let's say I wanted a shadow on this. I'm big on shadows, guys. I'm sorry. So you can see now we have a shadow. Okay. We want to blur, we can blur the shadow a little bit more. You can see how that works. I can make the transparency lighter, darker on that blur. I can even change the offset. So you can see there's all kinds of options you can do. And if you need to change that effect, we could just go back and say like, oh, now I don't like it. We just tap none. Okay. We can do an outline. We can change the color of the outline. We can even change the thickness of the outline. Okay. There's all kinds of other ones that you can do, like a neon. I like the neon. That's kind of cool. And if you want it curved, so let's say I want this type right here curved. I can go in down here and say, I want to put that on a curve. And it's going to say like, cool. There's your curve right there. Boom. Just like that. Hey, I like that. Let's move that down a little. Let's increase the size of that a tad. Boom. There we go. There's my template right there. Boom. Okay, so editing templates, pretty simple. A couple other things that I wanted to show you while I was in here. If you ever need to add additional text, here's your brand. So I've selected my brand kit is yeah, we'll select this one right here. And if I need to add text, if I just simply click, it's adding a title. If I need to add a subtitle, usually a subtitle and a heading right there. And it kind of groups those all into one, which is kind of cool. These down here are pre-built styles. Okay, so if you're, I'm not really sure what kind of style I like, or if I like that font, I can tap on it and it adds that style to your design. Okay. And you can go in and change it to whatever you want. You can change that to, you know, whatever text that you decide. Okay. So these are predefined styles. Some of them are pretty cool. Like if you're ever like you need like a heading with a subhead underneath it like that, and you have like, uh, you know, you're just looking for a predefined style guide. Boom. There you go. Okay. The brand, check this out. Let me get rid of some of this stuff that's a little noisy in here. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. Here's what I love about the style guide, by the way, or the brand kit. Because check this out. If I want this to be, let's change it to the KFA brand kit. I can come down here and shuffle colors, and it changes everything on my design to my brand kit colors. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's use the brand kit that we created earlier, that really funky one. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna say shuffle. And look at that. It shuffles the colors of my brand kit right there. And if I just keep hitting shuffle until I find a color combination that I like, there we go. Boom. Now the colors are from my brand and they're implement. I don't have to go in and manually change these colors to my brand kit. It does it automatically just by hitting the shuffle button. And if you don't like it, just keep hitting shuffle. The more colors you have in there, the more color combinations it's going to give you. It's just kind of cool. Drawing. Okay. This is, I'll show it to you really quick, but I don't think this is a tool that a lot of people are going to use frequently. But what we can do is, it's just a simple drawing tool. So if you wanted to circle something, on a specific listing or make it kind of look cool. Now, if you wanted to watch this, if I want to create a perfect circle, I'm never going to be able to create a perfect circle. But if I draw and hold, it creates a perfect circle for me. So you can see, just like on the iPhone does this too. When you're editing, if you draw a circle and you hold before letting go, it turns it into a perfect circle. Um, Up here at the top, we have edit and undo. So we're going to undo, 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 undo. So you can redo and undo right up here at the top. Great. Okay. Uh, where are we going next? We edited design. Let's talk about templates. So let's go home. This is where the paid version of Canva is absolutely amazing, by the way, because I can go in here into what they call Magic Studio. Now, this is relatively new. It just came out a couple months ago, but I've been using it a lot. So let's do a magic design right here. I'm going to try magic design. And what it's going to do is going to say like, okay, what are you looking to create? In 5 words, use 5+ words to describe your design. And I'm going to say, I want a real estate flyer to sell 123 Main Street. And it's gonna create templates for me on the fly using AI. It's absolutely insane. And if I don't want a real estate flyer, I can say a real estate Instagram post. Boom. It's going to create me an Instagram real estate post to sell. And it knows that real estate is specific because I put real estate in the term up here. Okay. It's created these designs on the fly for me. Perfect. I mean, I don't, it just blows me away. It absolutely is mind blowing to me that it can do this on the fly. Now, if you don't like what Magic Design created, look down here. We have a whole bunch of other templates. Now, these are templates that are already created for us. Somebody else created them. And you can see like the author of this one is right here. This one was created by Instagram. This one was created by Adelina. Okay, so people go in and they create templates and add them to Canva. In fact, I just found out about this. Like you can go buy Canva templates on Etsy. Like people are selling Canva templates on Etsy. That's insane. So let's just pick this one. I'm gonna select this template. I'm gonna say customize this template. And then what we would do is change to our brand colors. Boom. There we go. There's my funky brand colors. Now I can go in. This is where your brand kit comes in really, really handy because you don't have your logo on here. So boom, we add your logo. And it's just a matter of clicking and dragging. Now that is what I wanted to show you next. Whenever you're dragging stuff around, you'll notice that it's going to drop that logo right in the middle, just like that, which is by the way, super annoying. And I think this is where a lot of people like get frustrated by Canva. Like, no, I don't want the logo in there. Right. So let's undo that. I'm going to show you how to bypass that. We're going to select this photo. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say lock. Okay. It's locked now. I can't replace it. And now I can drag this wherever I want. I can make it the size that I want. I can drag it wherever. It's not going to replace that photo in there. Now, if I do want to replace that photo, I have to go up and hit this unlock button up here at the top. Okay. Now I can drag my elements. Let's go to my uploads. I think I have a photo in here that we can use. Boom. There we go. So I mean, you guys get the gist of like finding the templates, figuring out like exactly what you're looking for. Like, and as you can see, like the amount of templates in here is absolutely insane. Uh, and by the way, you don't have to go to Magic Studio over here to get to it. You can actually do it right from the home screen right here. Just put in what you're looking for. So, and you don't have to use 5 words or less. If you need a YouTube thumbnail, it's going to show you all. These are all, oh, crap. Here we go. Here's all the YouTube thumbnails right here, pre-designed. Now, if you want to say YouTube thumbnail for real estate, it's going to center it and it's going to create some for you right here using the Magic Design. It's also going to give you some down here at the bottom. So these are the ones that are created with AI. These are the ones that are created either by the community or by Canva themselves. Okay. Now, what else can Canva do? I showed you the brand kit. I showed you the basic navigation, uploading, drawing, the Magic Studio. We're going to do a magic edit or magic resize. So let's say I like this photo or I like this image, but I need it to be wide or tall. I needed to turn it into a story. Okay. I can go up into here into magic resize. Now, this is obviously a pro version as well, a pro feature. And it's going to say, cool, what do you want to custom? What do you want to resize this to? And I'm going to go down here to social media and let's say I need a Instagram story right there. I'm going to turn it from a square to a tall. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to take that same design and I'm going to say copy and resize. Now I have two versions of this template. One is square, one is tall. Now it's never ever going to be perfect. I'll tell you, it's easier to go if you have it bigger and you want to go down to smaller. Like if you started with this size and you needed to resize it down to a square, it's way easier. When you go from smaller to bigger, it gets a little bit tricky. So from here, obviously we're gonna move this stuff around. Let's grab all of this right here. Boom. Saving different files. Yep, I'm gonna go over saving different files, file formats. Yep, soon. Moving, obviously this is the cropping feature. I'm gonna show you the cropping feature really quick too. So if you're cropping a photo, just double clicking on it is gonna allow you to crop that photo to where you need it. And if it doesn't fit the size, we can increase the size right here just by double clicking the photo. Okay. So that's another hang up that a lot of people get. They're like, I can't figure out how to change the photo in that frame. If you ever need to, you can go in and say detach image from background. Okay. And that photo is now going to be independent and you can go in and change it and resize it any way you see fit. Now, the only drawback is you'll have to figure out how to layer it and get it to the background. Now, getting it back there, we're going to go layer, bring forward, bring to front. Okay. Here's something else this is a hidden feature that a lot of people don't know. We can say show layers. It's going to show you all of the elements, all of the layers. So if I want to move that photo up or down right here, right? If I want to move this text back, that's where we would change the layers right here. Okay, so Magic Resize, covered Magic Resize. It's all built on AI, which is flipping cool. Here's what I want to show you next. We're gonna do a video. We're gonna do let's go to Magic Studio. I'm gonna say magic design for a video. And this was the whole reason I wanted to do this class, by the way. It's going to say select at least 3 things to add to your video. So I took a couple of videos that I already had sitting in my Canva. Let's add these. That's a lot of videos. Let's take this one out. And I'm going to hit, and it's going to say, what do you want to do with these videos, Larry? I'm going to say, create a video walkthrough, if I can spell, of 123 Main Street Camus Wa. This is crazy, guys. Like, it's going to generate the video for me. And by the way, it's going to put music to the background as well. Now I have an Instagram reel from my video right here. Welcome to 123 Main Street, Camas, Washington. Quiet neighborhood, living room. Look, it used AI to know that this was the living room. Like, what? This is insane. The kitchen is equipped with everything you need. This room could be used as a bedroom or office. The garage has plenty of space for 2 cars. And then it put my logo at the very end because this is the brand kit that I have selected. Like, what? Are you kidding? And then it selected an audio track for me down here at the bottom. So let me play the video. I'm sharing my computer sound. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Don't like that audio track? No sweat. Let's select the audio track and we go, let's do, oh, by the way, it auto adjusted to what they call beat sync. So it changes the photos on the actual beats down here at the bottom, which is insane. So let's go to elements and let's go to, where is it? Da, 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 da. Design elements. We're gonna do what do you want? Instrumental. Instrumental, upbeat instrumental. And we're gonna go to, let's go to the audio features. So here's all of the, okay, so if I like that one better, just drag it into my template right down here. Boom. Okay, delete that one. Done. Now I have a different audio. Okay. If I want to change this, watch this. Here's the beat sync. Well, like we're gonna hit beat sync, sync now, and what it's gonna do is it's going to adjust all of the videos to go in line with the beat. Boom. All right. So here we go. You ready? Boom. Boom. I mean, like this for me when I learned how to do this beat sync and like just add a couple of videos in here and have the AI. Oh, and by the way, you can change any of this text on here. Like like if I want to use Magic Write, I can go in and say, okay, well, let's use Magic Write for this. We're gonna say more fun, nestled in a peaceful, quiet neighborhood. There we go. Or we say more formal. And this is using my brand voice, by the way. Sprinkle fairy dust. I don't know what this is, by the way. Uh, behold, that is definitely fairy dust right there. So you can see like coming up with what to say is always the hardest part. This is going to help you do that. Same thing with this. Oh, and this is like you see like they added emojis and the text right here. I can go in and change any of this text. I can add like my shadows, right? Easy peasy. So any of this is completely editable. Now, here's the thing: when you go to export it, when you go to export it, it's telling you up here at the top right hand side that it's 15 seconds. It's going to give you a preview, and when you share it, it's going to be a rather large file. If it's on your computer, you have to find a way to get it from your computer to your phone if you want to post it. Obviously from your phone. So that's could be a whole different class right there. But that right there, like the beat sync with the video and all you do is you upload the videos that you have and that you want added to your Canva video. And it adds the audio for you. Sometimes the audio is a little bit weird, but I mean, if you have the free version, can it be done from the phone app? It can be done from the phone app. It's a little bit trickier from the phone app, but Eh, um, I'm I'm big on the desktop. I use the desktop version a lot. There are limiting things that you can do on the phone app, but it's great if you have your phone app connected, you can go in and export it from Canva to your phone. So could it create a video using a bunch of photos only? Yes. Okay, that's a really good question. So let's do a new video. So let's say you only have photos. We're gonna say Instagram Reel. Okay, Reels video. Oh, I know. We're gonna go back to Magic Studio. That's where I started. Was Magic Studio. It's gonna say add. Let's just add a bunch of photos. So here's photos right here. Boom, 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 boom. Generate. Oh, I need a uh, video slideshow of 123 Main Street, Kamaswa. And it will generate the slideshow from the videos. There'll be static images. I think moving videos are way, way better, but hey, each their own. So now you can see we have, and it even does like the scrolling to make it look like a video. Hmm. Uh, let's change it to my brand kit right here. Let's shuffle the colors. There we go. Boom. Let's do some beat sync, adjust the beat sync, boom, done. Okay. Can you create on computer and open it in the app to download to your phone? Yes, you can do that. You can create here, change the timing and the length to match what is needed for each platform. Okay, so if you want to change the timing, it's right here in between. So if I want something that's a little like if I want to showcase the front of the house a little bit longer, we just change it to right here. In the beat sync, it's telling me the beat sync is not in time. So all of these, and then you can do transitions. It already has pre-done transitions in between, but we can change it to like color wipe or circle or none or dissolve. I like the dissolve myself. These are all different transitions. And if I like that one transition, I can say apply between all pages. It changes every transition in here to exactly the same. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yeah, so like for videos, I think Canva is arguably the best tool in the market, and it already has all of the audio built into it. Don't like the audio? Go change it. Go find a different audio. You can even upload your own audio. In fact, uh, might be a little scary, but check this out. I went into 11 Labs and added my voice to 11 Labs, and now I can have this actually go in and let's change the audio effects. Let's do the volume on this one. We'll change the sound down and watch this.
It's time to rekindle those opportunities. Introducing our specialized AI agent. Your
So that's just an audio track that I downloaded from 11 Labs. It's obviously not my voice, but hey, I can put my voiceover into Canva right there. Crazy. That's a whole different class, by the way. A whole different class. Okay. Advanced editing. Well, we're at 40 minutes. I got 5 minutes to show you guys this next. Okay. This next, what I'm going to show you next is another thing that just absolutely blows me away every single time. Uh, one thing I love about well, there's a lot of things I love about Canva. One thing I hate about Canva is every single time you open a new template, it opens up a new tab. So like if you're playing around in Canva, you look up, you have like 50 tabs open. Um, we're going to use this one right here as an example. Okay, so this was my photo. Let's say you can see like this photo. Let's get rid of this. Boom. This photo fits in this frame, but it doesn't go full frame. It doesn't go all the way to the top and the bottom, right? Guys, this is insane. Like what I'm about to show you is like mind blowing. In the paid version of Canva, I can go in and say edit photo and check this out. By the way, edit photo is where you can like do background remover. Here's all the AI things they have in here. They have background remover, magic eraser, magic expand, magic edit, and magic grab. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do, let's do a magic expand. Now what that means is it's going to use AI to fill in where I don't have anything. Okay, so if I need, we have this blank spot down here. AI is gonna go, okay, well let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can use. So it's probably just gonna fill in some sky, easy peasy. It's gonna give you four different versions over here on the left hand side. So you pick the one you want. Of course, it's failing me today. Oh yeah, this was a bad example right here. So here's okay, let's go back. We'll um we'll try that one again. Let's make it a little bit bigger this time. Elements, uploads. Let's just magic expand the sky. How about that? We're gonna do edit photo, magic expand, give the sky a little bit more. Hopefully this works. The longer the more space you have at the top and the bottom, the harder it's going to be to expand it out and for the AI to figure out what it needs to fill in. So yeah, so here's what's happening is it's finding this text over here in the lower right hand corner. But you can see like, hey, we added some sky. It looks good, right? Now let's do a magic expand. We're gonna expand the grass down here at the bottom just a tad. Oops, magic expand. Let's try that one more time. Boom. Here's the other thing that I like about this is not only can it expand sky, I'm going to show you how to replace things like brown grass or like that's not bad. That didn't do too bad. So we can choose a couple of different versions. Look at this. What did it add? It added something like a garbage can or something down the bottom. What the heck is that? Man, AI, sometimes AI does some weird stuff. I like that one. So let's stick with that one. Okay, so now you can see we have something that fits in the frame that we're looking for. Cool. Looks good. There we go. Uh, Sky replacement. Well, let's do grass replacement first. Let's do magic eraser. So what magic or magic edit? What magic edit is, it's going to say like, hey, what do you want to replace this with? Now, if you have brown grass, so to speak, oops, well, I'm just going to leave it. You tell it, you tell the AI, here's what I want you to do. I want to, I want to put in green grass. The AI is going to think about it for a little bit. It's going to give you four different options over here off to the left. Come on. Ooh, that is some definitely green grass right there. Ooh, somebody needs to mow the lawn. Okay, we're gonna pick that one. And then the magic eraser is really, really cool. What the magic eraser allows you to do is, and here's where I think the magic eraser comes in really, really handy. If you have photos, you ever get the photos back from your photographer and their shampoo bottles in the background? You're like, crap. And you don't want to email them back and say like, hey, can you take out the shampoo bottles? This magic eraser will actually go in and do it for you. You just isolate what you want to erase, just like that. You guys have any idea how long this used to take me in Photoshop? Like, it was insane how long this used to take me in Photoshop. Like, crazy. Let's get rid of this text too. Done. That text is gone. So magic eraser, that's the magic eraser. I've taken out a treadmill from a home. Like there was a treadmill in the family room. I did a magic eraser on it and it took out the treadmill and filled it in. Like it was pretty cool. Okay. One more thing I want to show you. Let's go to edit photo. The magic grab button is kind of cool. What you can do with magic grab, like if I wanted the sky to be gone, I can actually select the magic grab button and you can see like, look at that. Now I have the house and the trees and it removed the background, right? So the background is like separate from the foreground, which is cool because if I want text here, let's add some text. Let's make it bigger. Let's move it here. And I want the house in front of the text. Let's go layers, show layers. I'm going to move the house text to the top, just like that. Okay. So you can see like there's all kinds of ways to go in and change your photos, edit your photos. The magic or the background eraser, I'll show you the background eraser really quick. Let's go. Ooh, uploads. Oh, let's go to my brand kit. Uh, it's this one. I thought I had photos in here. There we go. So here's my brand kit. Let's add photos of this geek right here. Edit photo, background remover. This is the pro version. Never paying for, I'm never paying for photo. Well, I shouldn't say I'm never paying for Photoshop again, but I still do. So there's the background remover. You guys have no idea how long this used to take me. I worked in graphics in like the early 90s and we would get photos and we would have to go in and manually outline these things, meticulously outline for like catalogs and stuff. I would spend hours and hours a day just outlining things and isolating backgrounds. Like it's absolutely insane what you can do with this. So that's the background remover, magic eraser, magic expand, magic edit. The grab text is like if you have text from a page, it'll actually grab that text. Even handwriting, it'll grab handwriting from it as well. But as you can see, there's so much to this program. It's almost too much to fit into one class. This was just kind of like a general overview of like, here's all the cool stuff that you can do in Canva now. Can you show that background remover? Yep, show the background remover again. So let's add a photo first. Let's add this one right here. And I'm going to select it and say edit photo up here at the top. background remover. Now you can go in and manually do this as well with a paintbrush. That did pretty good right there. I don't think we need to change that much at all. But if I click on it one more time, I can go in and say like, oh, I want to get rid of his shoes. Oh, I got a better idea. Let's do this. This is gonna be fun. Let's do magic edit. I'm gonna highlight the shoes right here. I'm gonna say sneakers. This is where you can just kind of have fun with AI, and like I can change my suit color from blue to purple. Change your shirt color. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Yeah, here we go. Boom, done. So now I'm wearing sneakers. Isn't that crazy? Uh, cool. So I that's exporting. Okay, exporting. Let's just do this one right here. Okay, file types when you're exporting. Here's what I'm going to tell you is if it's for social media, right? It's, it's super easy. We click on the share, we download, and it's going to ask us what file type. JPG, stay away from JPG. It's it's a lossy compression. It'll pixelate your stuff sometimes. Let's do PNG. Okay, PNG is way better. Portable network graphic. If it's a transparent background, obviously we're going to select that. Okay, and then we just hit the download button. That file is in my downloads folder. Okay, now if you're doing something for print, so let's say you're doing a real estate flyer. And I don't know if anybody has in here has created flyers using this before, but this has flyer templates up the wazooie. And it's just a matter of going in and finding the one that you like and then shuffling the colors and adding your photos to it. Okay. So now if you're exporting these are for print. Print marketing, this will do print as well. In fact, you can print them right from here. Never printed anything from Canva or ordered anything from Canva. But watch this. So if I hit share, you're not gonna want a PNG on this. Okay. And it's gonna give you that option. Like, hey, do you want a PNG? If it's for printing, choose PDF for print. Okay. We're exporting a PDF and it's for print. And here's the other thing. This is where a lot of people get stuck. Bleed. Okay. Now, what bleed means is if your graphics or your backgrounds go off the edge of the sheet, then you need what's called bleed. So we're going to hit share, download as a PDF for print. Oops, PDF print. There we go. We're going to add crop marks and bleed, and we're going to flatten the PDF. Okay. We download it. And what it does is it's going to give us, it's probably going to take a little while. This PDF is going to be, depending on the photos and stuff that you have in it, it's going to be pretty large. So let me open that up in my browser here. Come on, almost there. Downloading. There we go. Let's go. Come on. All right.
Larry,
There we
what does
go.
flattening it do?
Flattening, basically, like if you have like a lot of shadows and stuff like that, it flattens the PDF into something that's a little bit more printable. Okay.
Cool.
Without like otherwise, sometimes if you have shadows, it'll have like a white border around the outside of the shadow. What it does is it makes that everything transparent that you have on there that's transparent. It basically flattens it up together.
Cool. Thank you.
So now you can see like I have what's called crop marks. So this tells the printer who's printing it where to cut it right here. And you can see like the edge goes off of the side. And that's so that when you if it's right to the edge, when they go to trim it, it's going to have this little white line if it's not perfect. Okay, that's why we have to bleed it off of the edge. And if you don't have enough bleed, what the printer has to do is they have to trim it down a little bit less. So you're not going to have an 8.5 by 11. It's going to be a little bit smaller than that. And also, don't design anything too close to the bleed. So like if you have text on here, let's go back. If you have text on here and it's too close to the edge, hey, the text. There we go. If your text is too close to the edge like that, it's going to be trimmed off. So, have a nice good margin. And again, this could be like doing print in Canva could be a whole different class. Is RGB better than CMYK? I would say RGB is way, way better. It's going to look better on the screen. You can still print it in RGB. So sometimes the color shift is a little bit funky, but like if you really want a very accurate representation of what it's going to look like when it's printed, you should probably use CMYK. Let's see. Any other questions in here? Anybody else got any like look at that, we're at 55 minutes. I wasn't sure I was going to make it through this whole thing today because there was so much to this. Uh Here's what I'll tell you. Go into Canva, play around, see what you got. Uh like the video, I'm telling you, the video editor is the funnest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it's if you add photos to it and you throw some photos in there and just go and have a ball, man. Follow-up class. Yeah, we'll definitely do a follow-up class. I think I want to do a follow-up class on this just on the video editing and then like the beat sync and the video editing and adding photos and exporting and all that fun stuff. That would be a better one. Cool. Short form stuff. Said you were doing another class on that. Yeah, I'm gonna do way more classes. Awesome. Well, this was a lot of fun, guys. Really appreciate everybody being here, and we'll see you on the next class.
Thanks, Larry.
Peace.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
dude.
Bye, Larry.
See ya.
Bye.